Hi everybody, my name is Mike and I am your Nature Kids Club leader for Sussex. Now we were supposed to have our first meeting today. Unfortunately, that couldn't happen, but I still think we should have an educational moment on this beautiful Saturday morning. So we are going to talk about snowbirds, the birds that stay with us all winter long. Some birds fly south for the winter and I don't really blame them because it gets pretty cold here, doesn't it? But there are some birds that will tough it out in the cold, harsh weather, and those birds are incredibly interesting. So think about the birds that you see here in the winter. You might see some blue jays, some crows, some pigeons, some chickadees, some ducks. Well, they are masters at adapting to cold weather, and most of them do this by growing extra feathers. So just like how when it's cold outside, we put a coat on, these birds will actually grow another layer of feathers, and these feathers are much fluffier and much warmer than their original ones that they have in the summertime. So that's why when you see a chickadee in the winter, they seem much puffier and a little bit cuter, right? Chickadees are actually incredible at surviving harsh winters. Here we have a little black-capped chickadee, and this was taken, I believe, last year around January or February, so right in the middle of the winter. Now, he does not seem to be bothered by the cold weather at all, does he? No, he does not. And that is because chickadees have adapted to shiver to gain heat. So, super cool, chickadees will actually shiver like this in order to heat themselves all night long. But in order to have enough energy to shiver, a chickadee needs to eat 60% of its body weight every single day. Now, imagine a small chickadee eating 60% of its body weight. They'll eat seeds, they'll eat grains, whatever they can find. Now, how can a chickadee even find that much food in a day? Well, chickadees spend most of their time hunting for food and then stashing it for these cold winter days. So a chickadee has an incredible memory. It can remember where it hides food for up to a month, and it can remember up to 100 different locations where it can hide food. When a chickadee goes and gets that food, it will eat it and then find a little hole to sleep in for the night and shiver just enough to keep itself warm to do it all again the next day. How incredible is that? They're such a smart little bird, and they just happen to be our provincial bird, as you can see on my t-shirt right here. So chickadees are incredible, but they're only one of the super awesome birds that stick around with us through the winter. How about we talk about my personal favorite bird, ducks. So this is a mallard duck. Now, ducks have learned to control their blood flow like a master. So you might be seeing ducks swimming around in the water, and just think about how cold that water is. How are they not freezing? Well, it's because ducks can control their blood flow and keep their heat pumping to their upper body and keep a regulated temperature down in their feet. So you might notice that ducks have different feet than we do. Ducks have something called webbed feet, and these feet are specifically made to make ducks incredible swimmers. But something else you might notice is that they don't really have all that much fat or anything on their toes like we do. So this is easier for ducks to pump all of the blood up towards their body and keep just enough down below to keep them warm but not at a freezing temperature. How incredible is that? Ducks are super cool. Now, some ducks fly south for the winter. You usually see them flying overhead. But a lot of them will actually stick around all winter long. They'll tend to stay somewhere where the water won't freeze over, because they need food, right? Now, you might see some other birds that stick around through the winter, like pigeons and crows. But how do they stay warm? Well, pigeons will actually build nests under bridges and under overpasses. So they stick around up there where they can kind of insulate all their heat in one spot. They are incredible at adapting. Keep in mind, cities weren't always around like this, so pigeons used to live in the woods. So they're just like any other bird. They need to stay warm, and they will build nests under bridges to do so. Crows, they're a lot rougher. They're a lot more about survival, so they'll start eating garbage or whatever they can to survive the winter. They're already very big birds, so they are warm as it is, and they will continue to grow those feathers to keep fluffy. What about blue jays and cardinals? Well, you'll see them around bird feeders because they need to eat a bunch of food as well to have enough energy to fly around all day. Birds are crazy good at surviving in cold temperatures. They do what they can to adapt and to survive, and it is super, super interesting. So next time you're out on a walk, if you see a chickadee or a duck or anything like that, keep in mind how much work they're putting in every single day just to make sure they make it to tomorrow. It's incredible how nature works. I hope you guys learned something today, and I hope next month we actually get to meet in person. But until next time, guys, stay safe, have a great day, and I will see you next month. Bye.